Few people realize that after the age of 60, the body changes and reacts more slowly, to the point where within just 1 hour of waking up, a seemingly harmless habit can quietly triple the risk of stroke. The danger lies in the fact that it happens silently, without pain or warning, and a single moment is enough to turn life upside down. The good news is that you can still prevent it if you know how. In this video, I will help you identify the common morning mistakes many people unknowingly repeat and share simple yet effective solutions to protect your brain and heart, changes you can start implementing tomorrow to maintain long-term health. Many people have wondered why strokes often occur in the morning and why so many cases happen right after waking up. This is not only a question for medical experts, but also a real concern for millions of people over 50, especially those who have seen friends, family members, or even themselves face sudden health crises. After lying still through the night, the body enters a mild state of dehydration that often goes unnoticed. The reduced water content in the blood makes it thicker and slower to circulate, similar to trying to pour honey through a narrow straw, restricting flow and increasing the chance of clot formation, the seed of a potential stroke. The risk does not stop there. As soon as you sit up or get out of bed, blood pressure can spike due to the body's natural reaction to a change in position. But in middle-aged and especially older adults, this mechanism often reacts more slowly and less steadily. The sudden change in blood pressure is like forcing high-pressure water through an old, fragile pipe, one that can easily fail. Many people also start the day with choices they think are harmless, such as a strong cup of black coffee, a glass of sugary orange juice, or even an energy drink to boost alertness. Yet few realize that these can cause blood vessels to constrict, the heart to beat faster, and blood sugar to surge, all combining into a dangerous cocktail at the exact moment the body is at its most vulnerable. Morning is not just the time you open your eyes. It is when your body's entire biological system is rebooting. If you start it the wrong way, the consequences can unfold quietly but leave lasting damage. The frightening part is that this process happens without pain or obvious warning signs. That is why the most important question is, what exactly is silently harming your heart and brain the moment you wake up? The answer will become clear in the next section. After 60, mornings aren't just mornings anymore. Your body isn't like it was in your 20s. It's more like an old machine that needs a slow, careful restart, one step at a time. But sadly, many people still hold on to habits that seem harmless but quietly increase their risk of stroke, heart attack, or high blood pressure. One of the most common and dangerous mistakes is skipping plain water and reaching straight for a drink loaded with caffeine, sugar, or stimulants. Strong coffee, the silent trigger behind high blood pressure. Picture a typical morning. The sunlight begins to peek through the blinds. Your body's still sluggish from sleep. You head to the kitchen, grab your usual mug, and pour yourself a strong, steaming cup of coffee, maybe with a bit of sugar or cream. The warmth spreads through your hands. The aroma promises a fresh start. You feel alert almost instantly. Your heart beats faster. Your eyes open wider. You feel like you're back in gear. But behind that rush is a truth most people miss. Your heart is being forced into overdrive before it's ready. According to several recent studies, including those by the American Heart Association, consuming over 200 milligrams of caffeine on an empty stomach can lead to blood vessel constriction, irregular heart rhythms, and sudden spikes in blood pressure. The scary part? It all happens silently. You don't feel pain. You don't feel tired. But inside, your heart and blood vessels are quietly struggling. Many people think of coffee as just a pick-me-up, but take a closer look. After a night's sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated. Your blood is thicker. Your heart rate is still slow, recovering. Throwing in a heavy hit of caffeine at this moment is like yanking the starter cord on a machine that's still asleep. Your heart rate jumps. Adrenaline, the stress hormone, kicks in, and your blood pressure starts to climb. No wonder searches like coffee and blood pressure, caffeine and heart health, and is coffee bad for seniors are trending among people over 50. A 2024 survey showed nearly 70% of Americans over 55 drink coffee in the morning without eating anything, and over 40% of them have a history of high blood pressure or are on heart medication. That's a number worth thinking about. Like a gentle stream wearing down stone over time, drinking strong coffee every morning won't hurt right away. But year after year, the damage adds up. Your blood vessels lose flexibility. Your heart works harder than it should. And then, one seemingly peaceful morning, a stroke strikes. What's more dangerous is that most older adults get used to the symptoms. A little headache, a bit of dizziness, or a racing heartbeat often gets brushed off. But that's your cardiovascular system quietly sounding the alarm, telling you it's under pressure. You've probably heard someone say, "He was fine yesterday, then ended up in the hospital this morning." That's not rare anymore. It's becoming more and more common among older adults in America. So, is coffee always bad? Not necessarily, but how you drink it, that's what matters. Coffee isn't the enemy. In fact, several studies show that moderate coffee intake may lower the risk of Parkinson's, improve short-term memory, and boost alertness. But dose and timing are everything, especially for people over 50. A mild cup of coffee after breakfast is a safer bet. You can add some plant-based or low-fat milk to soften the caffeine's impact. More importantly, listen to your body. If you often feel jittery after coffee or have trouble sleeping, it's a sign your routine needs adjusting. You don't have to quit coffee entirely, but you can choose to love your heart more through small, wise changes. Drink a glass of warm water before your coffee to rehydrate. Eat something light like whole grain toast or a banana to ease your stomach. And if you can, swap coffee for herbal tea a few mornings a week, like ginger, mild green tea, or chamomile. Also, try taking 5 minutes to meditate or walk around the house. Let your body wake up naturally. It's not just good for your heart, it's good for your mind too. Because many people reach for coffee to escape tiredness, when in reality, that fatigue is coming from chronic stress and poor rest. What are you choosing each morning? 1 minute of energy or a heart that stays strong for years to come? Millions of Americans have had a wake-up call after a surprise blood pressure spike. And if you've made it this far into this video, you probably have a reason to rethink your morning habit too. Are you drinking coffee the right way, or just using it to cover up the exhaustion you're deliberately ignoring? In the next part, we'll talk about another morning drink that's silently putting your heart at risk. Drinking orange juice in the morning is good for you, right? That question sounds as familiar as the morning alarm. Millions of middle-aged Americans start their day with a glass of boxed fruit juice, believing they're doing something healthy for themselves. And it's easy to see why. Advertising is everywhere, painting orange juice as fresh, full of vitamin C, and bursting with vitality. But behind that sweet image is a shocking truth. Most packaged fruit juices contain so much sugar they can rival or even exceed sugary sodas. Take a look at the nutrition label on a 330 milliliter bottle of orange juice. It can contain 7 to 9 teaspoons of sugar. That's enough to make anyone tracking their blood sugar or dealing with prediabetes do a double take. So why do millions still drink it every single day? Because in many people's minds, fruit automatically means healthy. But if we don't take a closer look at how boxed fruit juice is actually made, it's easy to get fooled by its healthy appearance. Let's go back to what a real orange or apple gives you. Yes, it has sugar, but it also contains fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients that help your body process that sugar slowly, without causing a blood sugar spike. But during the manufacturing process of boxed juice, all that fiber is stripped away. What's left is mostly sugar water and flavoring, sometimes even enhanced with additives to keep it tasting good longer. According to research from Harvard Medical School, a sharp increase in glucose levels after consuming packaged fruit juice, especially on an empty stomach, can damage the endothelial lining, the thin layer of cells that protect your blood vessels from inflammation and injury. Once that protective layer weakens, your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes goes up significantly. Looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just a personal issue. It reflects a modern lifestyle trend, one that values convenience, speed, and accessibility, sometimes at the expense of long-term health. We drink these bottled juices hoping for an energy boost. But in reality, that glass of boxed orange, apple, or grape juice might be delivering a blood sugar spike within the first hour of your day. When blood sugar rises quickly, the body responds by releasing insulin to bring it back down. But when this happens often, the system gets worn out. Your body becomes less efficient at regulating sugar, leading to increased visceral fat, systemic inflammation, and a higher risk of chronic conditions. People often ask, why am I eating right but still not getting healthier? The answer sometimes lies in these so-called healthy choices that have been altered by the food industry. Imagine pouring a little liquid sugar into your bloodstream every morning like watering a plant daily. But in this case, the plant is your blood vessels, and the water is sugar. Over time, those vessels lose flexibility, harden, and become fragile, laying the groundwork for high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, and stroke.
If this surprises you, you're not alone. Many are now rethinking their morning habits after discovering new insights from nutrition experts and health education platforms. Not everyone can quit drinking fruit juice overnight, but change doesn't have to be drastic. A smarter option could be making fresh juice at home and having it with a fiber-rich breakfast like oatmeal, whole grain toast, or a handful of nuts. That way, sugar is absorbed more slowly, easing the burden on your pancreas and cardiovascular system. You might also consider swapping boxed juices for detox drinks made from fresh veggies like cucumber or celery water, or gentle herbal teas like mild green tea or ginger tea. These are great not just for flushing out toxins, but also for supporting blood pressure and boosting your immune system. And if you still love a touch of sweetness from fruit in the morning, why not just eat the whole fruit? A fresh apple, a few orange segments, or some sliced kiwi give you all the vitamins and fiber you need, help you feel fuller longer, and allow your body to manage blood sugar more effectively. Start with a simple question. Each morning, am I fueling my health or quietly undoing it, sip by sip? In the broader picture, understanding what we consume and choosing the right way to consume it is key to staying healthy in middle age. Because our bodies are no longer as forgiving as they were in our 20s, and every nutritional choice leaves a clearer mark. Say goodbye to the sweet illusion and hello to awareness. We don't have to live in deprivation. You don't have to completely give up the things you enjoy, but you do need to stay alert. Listen to how your body responds after each breakfast, after each harmless glass of fruit juice. Then gradually adjust, step by step, to build a more sustainable lifestyle. Remember, health doesn't come from one big decision. It's built from hundreds of small ones every single day, like choosing between a bottle of orange juice or a whole orange. What's your take on drinking fruit juice in the morning, and what do you do? Leave a comment below and share your experience. Let's learn from one another. At 50 and beyond, many people start paying closer attention to their weight, blood pressure, blood sugar, and those fleeting but persistent waves of fatigue. As they make changes to their diet, one of the first choices they often make is switching to diet sodas. No sugar, no calories. Sounds ideal. But are these guilt-free options really as safe as they seem?
Let's talk about Charles Miller, 64, from Phoenix, Arizona, a story that's making many people rethink what they drink. 3 years ago, Charles was diagnosed with pre-diabetes. He immediately began cutting sugar from his diet. He gave up regular sodas and switched to zero-sugar alternatives. 1 can of Diet Cola a day, sometimes 2, became his new routine for nearly 2 years. He felt confident he was doing the right thing. After all, he had cut the sugar, right? Then, one July afternoon, Charles felt lightheaded during a walk in the park. At the hospital, doctors noticed signs of vascular inflammation and fluctuating blood pressure, despite the fact that he hadn't consumed any real sugar in a long time. After a series of tests, the culprit wasn't sugar. It was the artificial sweeteners in his daily diet sodas. That was the moment Charles realized. No sugar doesn't mean no risk, and he's not alone. Most zero-sugar sodas are sweetened with aspartame, sucralose, or asulfame K, synthetic sweeteners that contain no calories but still trigger the brain's response to sweetness. In fact, they can prompt the body to release insulin, just like real sugar, despite the lack of glucose to process. Over time, this disconnect can disrupt blood sugar regulation and directly affect metabolic and cardiovascular health. According to Mayo Clinic, long-term consumption of diet sodas has been linked to a 23% increased risk of stroke in people over 60. In addition, these sweeteners may trigger inflammation of the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of blood vessels that protects blood flow. But perhaps the most dangerous thing about diet sodas isn't just what's in them. It's the false sense of safety they offer. People believe they're making a healthy choice, and as a result, they often consume them more frequently without caution. Like Charles, millions of middle-aged Americans believe switching to diet soda is a step in the right direction. But in reality, they've only traded visible sugar for a more deceptive version, a hidden sweetness that's harder to regulate and easier to overconsume. The problem is accumulation. One can a day may seem harmless, but over the years, it becomes a burden on your heart and hormonal system. No one's saying you need to give up the flavors you love, but there are smarter, more sustainable ways to enjoy them. Instead of diet sodas, try infused water, filtered water with mint, cucumber, or a slice of lemon, for a clean, refreshing taste that doesn't spike your insulin. If you crave something sweet, opt for herbal tea with a touch of raw honey, or snack on a few low-glycemic fruits like blueberries or raspberries.
Another alternative? Homemade vegetable juices using ingredients like celery, carrot, and green apple. Hydrating, nutritious, and naturally sweet without the dangers of artificial sweeteners. Yes, you'll still see people around you drinking diet sodas. And yes, you may come across articles claiming there's no conclusive evidence on the harms of aspartame. But your health is not a trend. It's your responsibility, shaped by what you choose to understand and apply each day. So choose awareness over advertising. Listen to your body, just as Charles did when he paused after that seemingly minor dizzy spell. The choices you make today become the health outcomes you live with in 10 years. No one wants a heart that struggles to keep up because of decisions that once felt harmless. Start fresh. Not with grand gestures, but with a glass of clean water, a cup of herbal tea, or simply letting go of the belief that diet automatically means healthy. Have you ever thought diet soda was a safer choice? Share your thoughts in the comments. Who knows, your story might help someone else change their perspective and reclaim their health. There was a time when energy drinks were seen as the liquid blue fuel of youth. College students pulling all-nighters, truck drivers powering through long-haul routes, and young professionals racing deadlines. They all reached for a can when exhaustion hit. But now, more and more middle-aged and even older adults are turning to energy drinks as a way to recharge, swapping them for their morning coffee. They drink them when feeling sluggish, when sleep wasn't restful, or simply to wake up fast. But with a heart that's seen decades of life, springs and winters alike, is that small fizzy can really harmless? What's really inside an energy drink? A chemical cocktail that shocks the cardiovascular system. A standard energy drink typically contains 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine, equal to or even more than a large cup of coffee. But that's not all. It's also loaded with refined sugar, taurine, guarana, megadoses of B vitamins, and sometimes ginseng extract. When the body absorbs all these stimulants at once, the nervous system and heart go into overdrive. Blood pressure spikes as blood vessels constrict rapidly. Heart rate accelerates, triggering sudden palpitations. Adrenaline surges, putting immediate stress on the heart. And this isn't just theory. A study from Mayo Clinic found that energy drinks significantly increase the risk of stroke by causing immediate effects on blood vessels in the brain.
Meanwhile, a clinical trial published in JAMA showed that just 30 minutes after drinking one can, average systolic blood pressure rose by 6.6 mmHg and diastolic by 4.2 mmHg. Between 2007 and 2011, ER visits related to energy drinks doubled from about 10,068 to 20,783 cases. And while most were younger people, ER visits among adults over 40 increased by 300% in that same period. A report from Don and SAMHSA highlighted that older adults, especially those on medications or managing chronic conditions, are especially vulnerable to energy drink side effects. Many ER doctors now warn that an aging heart should never be jolted again. Take Robert, 62, from Missouri, a widely discussed case from late 2024. One cold winter morning, after a long interstate drive to visit family, he drank an energy drink to perk up before hitting the road again. Just 30 minutes later, he said he didn't feel awake. He felt panicked, weak, short of breath, with tingling in his arms and legs. At the ER, doctors found he was experiencing a hypertensive episode, heart rhythm disturbances, and transient ischemia, early signs of a potential stroke. If they hadn't intervened in time, the consequences could have been dire. Robert survived, but later admitted he nearly died from a can that seemed harmless. His story sparked an important conversation in his local middle-aged community. An aging heart doesn't need to be jolted. It needs to be protected. It's true. After 60, the cardiovascular system isn't what it used to be. Arteries stiffen, the autonomic nervous system slows down. One sudden shock of caffeine or taurine can trigger vessel constriction, disrupt the body's internal balance, and lead to stroke, heart attack, or dangerous arrhythmias. Remember, a heart over 60 doesn't need waking up. It needs peace. It doesn't need stimulants. It needs support. If you're seeking alertness without risking your health, here are gentler, heart-friendly alternatives. Light green tea or mint tea in the morning, low in caffeine but packed with antioxidants for a smooth lift. Warm water with lemon and ginger, hydrating, circulation boosting, and soothing to the stomach. 5 to 10 minutes of walking or light stretching, a natural way to energize without artificial spikes. Anti-inflammatory breakfast foods like oats, cinnamon, or berries to keep energy levels steady. The key is to listen to your body. When you feel tired, pause, rest, and choose ways to recharge that are sustainable. Choose to live with long-term wellness. Sure, an energy drink may give you 30 minutes of clarity, but it can leave years of damage to your nervous and cardiovascular systems. After decades of loyal service, your heart deserves to be treated with care and respect. The choice you make today could be the gift your future self needs. Leave a heart in the comments if you're committed to making better choices for your health, starting today. Why do we tend to overlook things that seem so small? Because some habits become so deeply woven into our daily lives, we stop noticing their impact. Every morning, you open the fridge, grab that same familiar can, and drink it while the radio plays the morning news. You don't think twice. You've been doing it for 20 years. We tend to ignore small habits, especially when we've done them for decades. We think, if it hasn't hurt me yet, it probably won't. But the truth is, stroke doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say it's coming. Stroke never announces itself. It doesn't send a letter. It doesn't knock politely. It crashes in without warning, maybe on an ordinary Monday morning after a can that seemed completely harmless. Many middle-aged and older adults fall into a very common mindset. They feel invincible until they're not. If I'm not in pain, there's no reason to change, they say. You've probably heard this one, I feel fine. But the thing is, feeling fine doesn't mean your heart is safe. Because cardiovascular damage doesn't scream. It doesn't show up with flashing lights. It builds slowly and silently, like water pooling under the ground, until one day it breaks through. And sometimes the reason we don't act is simple. We put it off. We tell ourselves, I'll change tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week, then next month. And time, the one thing we don't have as much of as we did at 20, slips by, one small choice at a time, until those small choices turn into major consequences. After the age of 60, every morning becomes more precious than ever, and I truly appreciate that you have stayed with me until the very end of this video. My purpose in sharing today's message is not to make you worried or fearful, but to give you the power of choice, the right to enjoy your 60s, 70s, and beyond with a healthy body and a peaceful mind. It is the right to open your eyes each morning feeling in control, confident, and fully aware of your own health. If you have ever changed a small habit that made a big difference for your well-being, or if you have a morning routine that fills your body with energy, please share it in the comments below. Your words might become the key that changes someone else's life. In our next video, we will explore a familiar food that many believe to be healthy, but in reality can quietly cause inflammation in the blood vessels. I look forward to seeing you on the next part of our journey to protect health in a smart and sustainable way.